Okay. Yes, yes, John. So, so today we're gonna start off with making another part or another assembly, I should say, because if you notice, these are two different parts, right? So this is the full assembly. That's you see how that's gray, that's blue. That's because it's two different parts. And unlike last time where we kind of like went over it, the part you guys made, and we never really used it. This is more for the sake of learning the tools of assemblies. So I'll probably give you guys like 5, 10 minutes just to get these two parts done, and then we'll start with the assembly process. And of course, if you guys have any questions, I'm able to help. That's the symbol for diameter. Yeah, we need to be careful. How are you guys doing? Hello. Oh, it's because you're using the constraint. You're not making your circle. The circle tool's over here. Yes. That looks good. Um, so I'd recommend what I did. I made a construction line through the middle, and then I did two parallel lines that were symmetric to that. If that makes sense. And then, yeah, the distance should be 0.25. So, do you guys need any more time on this? You do? Okay. I'll give a couple more minutes and then I'll go over how I made it real quick. and then we'll be ready to fully start. You good?
I try.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go over how I did it real quick. When I was walking around, I noticed you guys were doing a lot of different methods of making this, and that's a good thing. You guys are trying it out on your own and not following the same simple steps. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. So this should be what it comes out to be, right? It's a ring around this cylindrical piece. And the way I went about it personally, I made two circles right here for my first sketch. And then I did two here. Hang on, I keep forgetting about this tool. So I did this sketch initially, and then I did two different extrudes. So I extruded the centerpiece first, and then the ring around it. And then I made another sketch, which was the which was the two parallel lines. And then I did one more extrude, which removed the lines in the middle to make that shape. So that's the way I did it. You guys could have done it in one sketch by just having that whole thing together and extruding it all. I saw some of you guys using the revolve tool, and that's a good way to make it as well. Like I said, you can do it any way you want as long as you have a product like this. You kind of want to aim for it to be exact. However, I don't think we have time for us to fully go through that. As long as it looks somewhat like this and you have two different parts, we should be good. So, does anyone need more time with this, or are we ready to start? Yeah. So, this extrude, extrudes are, how do I explain this? Extrudes, they create your shapes, right? But they also can remove. So when making that extrusion, you want to select the remove option and then put a depth. So everyone's done with the part, right? No one else needs any help? Okay, I'm gonna start. So go to your assembly page and I want you guys to put in both parts. So you could put them in separately or you could just do the whole part studio. It doesn't really matter. However, you should remove the centerpiece away from the outer ring. And then you press the check mark to confirm that's what you want to put in. And we're going to fix this outer ring. So right click the shape, and then there's an option here called fix. You're going to do that to the right ring only. That way it now no longer can move in space. And you could still move this one around. We want this one to move around, but the outer ring, we want it fixed in space. All right. Now, last meeting, I briefly went over faceting and the mates, and I'd like to review that real quick. So, whenever you're using these mates, you need to keep in mind that there are mate connectors. That's where the connectors are where you put your mates, and it's within respect to X, Y, and Z, right? The X, Y, and Z axis. Now, whenever you're inserting a shape, it is most likely going to insert itself on the X axis. So I can demonstrate that real quick. So I'm going to fasten this. And if you look, that blue line right there, I don't know if you guys could see from back there, but that mate connector has a blue line, right? That represents the X axis. And then I could put it right here. And it is going to follow that mate connector exactly where the other one was. So x-axis goes to x-axis, y-axis goes to y-axis, etc. So you need to keep that in mind when you're doing these assemblies, right? You want to do it in a way where you don't have merged parts. You want to make sure that your mate connectors are exactly the way you want them to be so that when you put them together, your full assembly could come out perfectly well. So obviously this is not the way we want to do it, right? So we're going to do a fasten mate. We're going to go on the bottom here. We're going to click that circle, right? The mate connector is within that circular area. I'll show it again real quick. Hover over the circle on the bottom and the mate connector will appear right there. And then we're going to do that again right here. Make sure it's at the bottom part. And now you connected the two pieces by using the fasten mate. So that's a quick review of what we went over last session when I introduced you guys to assemblies. Are there any questions? Okay. So, okay. Let's remove the fasten mate. All right. So we no longer have a fasten mate anymore. I am now going to introduce you to the Revolute mate. So the Revolute mate is a mate connector that allows the object to spin within its axis. So it has its center axis point where the origin is, and it just spins around that origin. So I can demonstrate that right now. So you do it the same way you make a fasten mate. You connect it here, connect it there, click the check mark. But now, if you click on this part and then drag it, it spins, right? Because that's what the Revolute mate does. It makes an object spin around a certain point of origin. Huh? Mhm. Mhm. Now, really quickly too, I'm going to introduce you guys to limits as well. So a lot of times when you're doing computer aided design, right, and you want to make a part that moves as realistic as possible, you don't want it to merge with itself, or you just want it to do it in a way where you would have it programmed, right? Because in FTC, you sometimes want to make like a linear slide go up to a certain position to score. So that's where the limits come in. And the limits are defined by a minimum and a maximum, right? It is the minimum amount of distance it can move and the maximum amount of distance it can move. So for this, I'm going to put 0 and 90, which means 0 degrees minimum. That means the minimum amount it can move from its starting position is 0 degrees. It cannot go anywhere past that. And then 90 degrees means it's only going to move 90 degrees, right? So I'm going to press the check mark and I try moving this. It now only moves in a 90-degree position. So if you guys are still stuck, I'll just put up what I showed right here.
How did you find like the green part of your like
So when you have your Revolute bait out, you have your check marks right here. You have these boxes. You want to check the limits, and that will show you your angles that you can move it with.
put a limit, my whole thing can still spin.
So did you put, what's your minimum?
I don't have any.
You usually need to put a minimum. So
Oh,
yeah, that one's your minimum and that's your maximum. So you should have some minimum.
how did you secure the black
Which part?
part, like the green part? How did you like, secure it?
Oh, so you right click it and there's a there's a section right here just called fix. And really quickly, too, there's also an option to animate your limits. So if you look, it'll literally show you where your limits are and it'll move it on its own. Just to kind of prove that your limit works. All right, is everyone good with the Revolut mate? Are you guys good? Are you guys good? So here, I'll delete this and I'll just go over it again. So when you're doing the mates, yeah, I was gonna show you. So when you're doing the mates, they automatically show up when you hover over an object. You just need to make sure that it's the right section of the object. And right now we're just doing the bottom part of both objects.
What, so does that mean with the bottom line of the bottom?
Yeah. And here I'll put my limits back up again.
Is it okay that because I redid the warm-up thing because it was originally wrong, the measurements are kind of off?
You're fine. You don't have to, as long as it looks similar to that, it's fine. I just need you guys to see it working. That's fine. Okay. So now that you guys have seen the Revolut mate, I'm gonna go over the slider mate. So the slider mate is a lot different from the Revolut mate in that it's the point of the slider mate is that it makes the object slide between two different connections relative to the x-axis. So think about linear slides in this case, right? If you want to animate linear slides in Onshape or in any CAD software, you want to use a slider mate. So right here. So again, we're going to put the mates in the same exact place we've done them the past few times. And now this time, instead of just spinning around, it's now going to slide within that pin object. Kind of like this.
What button is that?
It's the slider mate right here.
Wait, but when I tried to, or before I put the sweater mate in, and I deleted the Revolut mate, like I can't. I'm trying to take out the blue part. Oh, now it's letting me.
Okay. And then again, if you guys have you guys could make a limit. And again, you could have some limit. So I'll put 0 again. And since we're working in inches, I'm going to say I'll move it 3 inches. So now if I try dragging this part down, it's not going to go down any, right? Because the minimum is 0 inches. It's not going to move. But if I drag it up, it's now only going to go up 3 inches. So again, the limits are there so that you could simulate realism in your CAD. It's very important to have this sense of realism in your CAD. That way you are able to produce parts that are more physically accurate, if I could say that. Because what a lot of people who use CAD tend to do is make parts that just like physically won't work with the already designed robots. This helps you.
Which part or which button lets me like move it up and down? Cause yeah, I did do the slide, but I can't move it. And
It won't move up and down.
no, I put the slider on, but like I don't know how to make my mouse make it go up and down.
You just click and drag it. Or if you, hang on, you might still be able to animate it too. If you click this section right here.
I can animate it, but I can't. Oh shoot, I did it. But now it can go down though, right? Not
Yeah,
up.
if you have a zero minimum, then it won't go down.
But mine's doing the opposite. It can go down, but it can't go up.
Okay, so
But I put the minimum at 0 and I put the max
it's
at 3.
so that tends to happen sometimes, and that's just because of the nature of the mate connectors. Sometimes the mate connectors will connect in a way where it just won't work with you. So you have to balance that out a bit. A way you could fix that is by using like flip primary axis, reorient secondary axis. This will like allow you to spin the tool, or you could flip it like that. Are we all good for the slider tool?
But we were supposed to connect the bottom with the bottom, right?
Mhm.
I did. But because I thought
Like it only moves down, it won't go up.
yeah.
Okay. Here, I can check on that. Yeah, and you have the exact same stuff I do. So I did not mean to do that. My apologies. So yeah, this is just because of the nature of the mate connectors. Sometimes they just won't connect the way you want them to.
Did I do everything right?
Mhm.
What, but how does that work? It's the same software.
It's because OnShape guesses when you don't have a mate connector already shown, it guesses where you want them to be. So that's why there's a separate mate connector tool so that you force OnShape to not guess. However, for this, we're kind of just having it guess.
We're hoping that's an guess factory.
Yeah, because I mean, realistically, that's kind of a non-issue you have. As long as you know how it works, you should be fine.
I should just like flip the minimum and maximum.
Mhm. Yeah, but like once you get to like making parts, you should probably use mate connectors. Like make your own mate connectors and not make on-shape guess.
But doesn't the parts come with weight connector?
When you make your own parts.
Didn't we make these parts?
Yeah, but like here, like I have this one, and I put mate connectors on this one for that reason because I didn't want to risk. Yeah, we'll go over that in a bit though. All right. Are you two good? Okay, how are you guys doing? Huh? Okay. Oh, you're in the part studio, that's why. Oh, well, okay. You only have one part here too. That's kind of not good. Border right now. Okay. I see. So what you do? So you added. You were supposed to do a new skill. You were supposed to do a new extrude. But then that also causes a problem. Because I think with this extrude, you did the whole shape. Yeah, I see what happened. So it's the next complicated. Yeah, so you see how you have one circle in your sketch? You should have two concentric. You should do two concentric circles. That way, when you extrude, they can come out as two different parts and not be like a merged mass. Huh? Oh no, just add another circle. Yeah.
I made it all. I don't think
You were fine to do it all in one sketch. It's just you would do three separate extrudes for that. That's fine. Yeah.
I don't know what
Three colors.
I don't know. Do you have hand sanitizer? I don't know. Can you like sanitize your hands before licking?
No, I'm
like,
sorry.
after licking them?
Exactly. That'll be your first sketch. So you need to do you need to have two circles.
They're all supposed to look different.
Right, so you need a in that sketch, yeah. That way you can do two separate extrudes. Because when you extrude that, it comes out as one big circle. Yeah, it comes out as one big circle. You kind of don't want that. You want two separate.
Yeah, mine worked.
Oh.
No, the first time it didn't work either, but then I just copied
What did you do though?
two circles,
I
extrude, and then I made two mirrored lines, and then moved that part.
oh, you know what? I did something. What's it?
I just
Just make it simple.
mirror
Doesn't matter.
two shapes somehow.
Just make it smaller than the other circle.
I just guessed. Means mine's that.
So, wait, do I need a sketch too? That's
Yeah.
the favorite one.
Do you really like that shirt?
No, I know. No, I know. I know. I just didn't have another shirt. It was honestly just like,
Did you watch the station?
yeah.
Oh no.
Are you okay?
Anyways, so you're gonna want to do another extrude.
Crazy.
I think it's better this one.
Yeah, so do another one for the inner circle now. Yeah, and make sure you do new, not add, because it automatically wants to add it, but you don't want it to add. You want it to be new.
Oh, okay. No. That's only
Too bad.
So now you want to make your last extrude should be the remove, which is removing that little slit, right? So go to your sketch real quick. Slit. So you want it to be within the circle because you kind of have it just like floating out a bit. So we can drag the blue dot. Yeah. Make it versus that. Yeah. Same.
I didn't need this.
Oh, you can't set.
I just can't.
Okay.
Oh, you stopped making
Uh,
the case?
Yeah, delete that.
Just straight from your first search. You did a circle here, right?
Delete that matrix. The red square at the bottom. Delete that.
Unit
Okay, now
three?
Okay, you should be fine. So now,
Probably 0.3 dollars.
if you go to the back because it's in the back.
Three. Yeah, I like that. And instead of adding, it's supposed to be new.
Let me see your sketch map.
I don't like how.
Okay, I see. Do you remember the project convert tool? That one right there next to the construction model. With like the cube. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like that. Like the circle, like the whole circle. Push it.
Oh, it's two on the
Push it.
I didn't.
Now you should be
I
able to.
didn't crush it. You
So-
saw. I didn't drop it. You saw everything.
I did supposed to
Did it disconnect?
it's that are used screwed for big core and build up that thing.
Trying to think.
And then you have a second piece.
I think it might be because you made the sketch before you extruded that second part. So get rid of the sketch three. Get rid of extrude three as well. And now make the
What
sketch.
are your dimensions?
Did you do connection?
What? So originally you made the sketch and then you extruded the gray part and tried extruding again.
Making phone do.
I think OnShape had a crap itself.
You already saw me.
So now make it on
I did
the gray
nothing.
part. They will extrude on the gray.
It's not like I crushed it, dropped it, threw it down a river.
Why isn't it working?
Give it to Dutra to drop.
It's not working though.
The line. So what I did two parallel lines that were symmetrical. And I just needed some distance apart from each other. Did that clear it up or what I should put this? Like you could honestly just click and guess. As long as it's vertical, just click and guess and then make those constraints.
It's not working. It's probably just
Oh, there they are.
It didn't do anything though.
It was hella. Hella.
Remember you saw
I
me.
know.
You saw me though.
How did you?
You saw me the whole time.
Yeah.
You know I didn't even think.
Then what happened?
I don't know what to do now.
Well, you did something.
I cannot. You know I didn't.
Well, it's not working anymore.
Fine, what did I do?
I don't know. Maybe it's just on.
Like, juice, bro.
Well, why is it working?
Okay, I think we're just gonna restart. I don't know what's going on with the app.
What's happening over there?
He hasn't made that part, so he's asking for help, but I'm not sure what the dimensions he has on everything is.
I could just go back. Everyone's struggling on it.
So first we're sketching, right? The dimensions on it were 3 and 3. So you can applicably you can just type in your dimensions. 0.3 is probably good. Crazy and
Oh, yeah.
Don't tell them. It's in ancient time. I don't want to see it.
Can you show her the music? Yeah.
Okay, chat. Are we all caught up?
What do you think?
Nope. Okay.
So this is your base sketch, right? Yes.
Extrude revision.
So
How's it
first
going?
we put it out. So we want this.
I do not think I don't know.
Sketch on top.
There is
If you want to.
Can you click and drag the extrude a little bit?
Center point.
Or no. The tab. Because that's the yeah. Like where's this all?
Here, you try. So
That might have been me.
So
Okay.
it's done.
You broke my mouse.
No, I didn't.
So why isn't it working?
You know I didn't.
No, I know you probably did.
No, I didn't.
Draw it
Why
randomly
isn't it
first. And
working?
define it. So type in the
What's about it?
I don't know.
Exactly. So, I don't know.
Okay, it's fine.
You owe me a mouse now. I know. Then I'm gonna go with
You don't even know if I broke it.
Oh my god.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'm switched.
I don't think it matters that much. The whole point of it was so that when you did like the Revolut slider, you could just see it spinning. But
And then just
you
let that,
understand?
like, extend past the thing. Yeah, so it's also greater than 0.2. 0.2. Yeah, since that's the radius of the circle. Yeah, so that's
you made it work? Okay.
Side part and extrude it down.
Everyone disappeared. This is crazy.
Part here, center part.
Huh? No.
And you can also just
Well,
use the sketch
everything from the first session should have been enough for this. Yeah.
part from the circle.
Last time was
Height should be 0.3.
we went over the more complicated tools of the part studio and the sketches. So like linear patterns, circular patterns, shell, and let's see, what else? I did trimming, offset, mirror, and then I taught you guys how to use the FTC OnShape Studio. Okay, are we ready for the next concept? Are we ready? All right.
Like maybe some.
So I'm gonna remove the slider. I'm gonna move this to the side. Now we have this tool right here called the cylindrical mate.
Okay.
Now, again, same thing. Put it on the bottom of both parts. And this mate, it's the slider and revolute tool combined. That's all it is. So it will move up and down and spin. That's really the only difference the cylindrical mate has with the other one. It's just slider and revolute combined. Just beer.
Are you okay? It's just really weird that I have to ask you that question.
Wait, what do I do?
So,
Is it this one?
the bottom.
See, look. I tried doing the cylindrical mate to move up, but it's moving down now. You gotta love that. Can I?
It's not what happened to me earlier.
Oh yeah, I did it.
Zero three
I
zero.
think it's tell you.
Wait, I think if you like rotate a gear for the other gear on some rotates.
Yeah, so that's where the gear relation comes in. Like OnShape has it built in already, where you can make two separate gears rotate. However, I'm not gonna go over that because I tried earlier and it was torture.
So do what?
But yeah, you can make gears rotate with each other. There's also like a rack and pinion relation that you can do where it does the whole rack and pinion.
Also, like chain reactions, where if the gear moves, then like another thing can.
If you do all the mates correctly, then yeah. Okay, so is everyone good with cylindrical mate? Yes, okay. So I'm going to get rid of the cylindrical mate real quick. Now we'll go over one final one. This is the planar mate. So the planar mate is extremely different than the other mates. And this time I'm going to want you to do the same connections, but this time we're going to flip the axis. So now the pin's going to poke out at the bottom. So all this mate does is it allows the part to move or here. It allows the part to move within the plane. So it moves within a flat surface. So it's still able to move freely. However, it is contained from the flat surface, so it can no longer go up and down.
That is kind of weird.
So like this would work probably for like ball bearings. If you were trying to make something like that, like for slides, you'd want like a planar mate so they can move within a plane.
Well, what's the mate called? Planar?
Yeah, it's planar. It's the one with the arrows that are in like a plus shape. Yeah.
And I flip the primary axis.
Yeah.
How does this one have limits?
So that's a good question. The limits are completely based off the X, Y, and Z axis. So it's kind of every single limit combined where you could have it go a certain amount of degrees around, or you could have it go within a certain amount of the X axis and the Y axis. So like say if it was on like this table, right? And you didn't want it to fall off of this table, you could just make the limits the area of this table so that it could only stay on the same.
Well, then why are the Y and Z there if you're not going up and down?
Well, X, Y, right?
Well, I thought it was X, Y, Z. Like,
Because X, Y, and Z, it would be like that, and then one pointing towards you. So flat surface would be X, Y, and then Z makes it 3D.
what,
So, and then the Z one's for angles. Not really for like the Z axis, it's for the angle of the movement. Okay. Does everyone have the planar mate down? Okay. So now's the time where we're going to access that document that was sent to your guys' Discord. So the first one we're going to do, here, I'm going to get rid of this. The first one we're going to do is the SAR 230 slide. It should be labeled. And you guys should be able to make a copy from that.
what are we doing there, Miss Lee?
Huh?
What are we doing?
Here, we're doing this one,
Okay.
the bottom one. So has everyone made a copy, gotten in? Okay.
How do I make a copy workspace?
Yeah, copy workspace. Yeah, this is a very close portrayal of a Misumi slide here. It's not the exact version because they decided to not give out all the dimensions for the exact version, but we'll make do. So, right. So remember with the slider tool, how I told you guys how if for like linear slides, we wanted to move a certain amount. That way it could be as accurate as possible. So with this one, I already have a slider mate on here. And if we go here, right, this is the official blueprints for a Misumi slide. And that right there, the stroke, that's the amount of distance the slide extends out. That's what stroke means in this context. And in this case, the stroke length is 138. So you may ask, how do you put that into my linear slide I have here? So what you want to do, go to the slider tool right here. We're going to double click it. We're going to edit limits. So, I think I lied. It's 180. So your minimum should be 0. Your maximum should be 180. And now it should move like an actual, how a Misumi slide should move. So this should be the furthest out it extends. So again, yeah, your limits down here, this should be what it looks like.
I'm confused. Earlier, I could move it as far as I want in both directions, but now when I click on it, does it automatically give me those?
No. Or it might have already automatically given it to you. When you clicked on the limit, did it automatically give you 0, 180? Yeah, okay. It's because I was doing it earlier and I forgot to change it.
What two things you have to
Huh?
What two things you have to make?
So for here, I have two mate connectors already made. So I kind of went over this earlier, but for certain parts and certain assemblies, you want to pre-make your mate connectors. That way, you don't have on-shape guessing and there's no chance of it messing up your guess. So I already put the mate connectors there, so all you need to do is make the mate and have it connect there. But the copy should already have the mate there. You just want to turn on your limits. Okay, so is everyone good with that? All right. So now what I want you guys to do, I want you guys to extend it all the way out. And if you look on the side right here, there's a bunch of different tools. We're going to the named position tools. So this allows you to have um, pre-made positions of your objects, right? So this makes it a lot more convenient to have specific positions, right? So what it's right on the side to the right. It's just called name positions. So the position's already right here. So we add it and you can rename it. So I'll rename it to like out or something, right? So when I click done, right, and I move it back in, if you go to your name positions, double click the saved one you have, or right click, apply name position, it'll automatically go to that position.
Can't click on it.
Huh?
I can't click.
Sure. You could double click it now. Yeah. I'm just turn on your limits. So really quickly, I'll make one more name position right now.
When I was choosing my click out, it didn't go out.
But
So-
how do you designate the name to?
Yeah, the name doesn't.
Oh,
Here.
okay.
So
Wait, what do you mean by the name does?
so I mean the name is just a logical connection. It's not like, oh, I named it out, right? It's got to go out. It's, oh, I named it out because it should go out. Did you understand that? So what's wrong with yours?
But when I let this go back and
So
I click out,
oh, it's because you're still editing it. You're supposed to click done.
uh,
So reapply it. Okay. So delete that, have it fully extended, apply the name, and then click done.
Hmm? Delete what?
Wait, my end is not working.
So just
So
draw them.
yeah.
So I'll do it.
Now add name position. Literally just rename it. Done.
My end is not working.
Hmm.
My end is not working.
Right.
Like there's not even.
So it might be because you saved it at a wrong position. So delete your in one, make sure you collapse the whole thing, and then make a new save position.
How do I go out here? Just delete in? Okay.
Yeah, just delete it and remake a new save position.
It's not okay. Wait, then how do I set the position?
Oh, so you right click it and then you click apply name position.
No, like
What?
when I type in, right?
Yeah.
And I do position.
Well, it's not done. You need to click done. But even then, you just did it fully extended out. You want it collapsed. If you're doing in, right?
Is it in going in? But it's
Yeah.
already out, so it should go in.
But it's saving a position. So because it's already out and you just saved it, now you have in as it being fully out.
I thought you said it logically does it.
Like, no, OnShape does not do it for you. You have to show OnShape what it is and the name. So that's how it should behave. Right? One position should go out, the other position should go in. And you could even like do it like this. I don't know, click. I'll name it middle or mid. And now, if I go right here, it'll just go to that position. So it'll save literally any position you tell it to save. Yeah.
What if you make two of the positions like the same? Would it let you do that?
We'll name it H. Yeah,
It's kind of like it doesn't care.
it does not care. It does not care. It do not gaff.
That's funny.
So like even if she had like 1,000 names, but it's the same position, it doesn't care at all.
Doesn't care. Because you're just telling it a position. Like it's kind of it's not really a tool thing. It's an organizational thing, right? Like it's very different from using the tool. It's just there for you so that you could organize and like have saved positions. Okay. We're gonna wait a bit, but for now, we're done with the Masumi slide. If anyone has any questions, I would ask now, because now we're gonna move on to the next part, which is the suspension. Lord have mercy. This part. So the other part right here. I want you guys to open that and make a copy.
That looks really fun.
Yeah. No, it gets fun.
No, but what's it used for?
It's a suspension for. I'm pretty sure it is for a car.
Oh,
I don't.
like the thing that you put under the tire.
I don't 100% know if I'm to be honest, because I grabbed this from OnShape, but like it is some suspension, and I think it is for a car.
Oh, like the thing that in your fridge you can probably put under it to lift it.
So, like it's a part of the car that I would consider shop when driving over up the right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give a bit of a break, like 3 minutes, just so that you guys could soak in what I taught you, because this next bit is going to be very step by step. I'm going to tell you guys step by step, and you're going to learn how to do a very specific thing with a bunch of other things. We're editing in context.
Andrew, try. They just plug it into the network. Yeah. Try.
It's so step by step. I have the process in my phone. So feel free to explore the parts too. It's fully movable. So if you look, I like you could spin it. Just play around with the constraints real quick. Right, just get a feel for how this part moves.
Did someone make this?
Yeah,
Well, that's
this is, if you want me to be honest, this is an assignment I did while I was in my engineering class. Like this exact part they gave to me.
like
Hmm?
perfect.
It's because it's not fully constrained yet. We're gonna learn how to fully constrain it properly.
Oh, did you do your constraint?
Wait, you took a
Don't,
college.
oh yeah, do not delete any constraints. Do not delete anything. Just play with it.
Well, now I don't know. I didn't do anything, but now I don't know how to turn it back to that.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm telling you guys to play around with it for a purpose. You do not need it in this position right now.
Now my notes.
Just get familiar with how the part moves.
Oh. Wait, you took a college engineering class.
This is summer break for you guys too.
Yeah.
My summer break started like the second week of May,
Mm.
but we didn't get any spring break.
Oh,
Yeah, we started like late January and there was no break in between.
that's sad.
We had like a day off. That was it.
That's
So,
like
like,
5 months of straight work. That is sad.
Were there any weekends?
Mhm.
Were there any weekends? It's just like,
I mean, yeah, we got weekends, but
No break. That's how'd you survive?
I was lucky. I got my Wednesdays off. Yeah. Yeah, no, they were like, oh, we gave 3 weeks. We gave 3 weeks for winter break. They don't need another week.
I would not have 2 weeks for winter break. I have 1 week for spring break compared to 3 weeks of winter break.
Well, like the school I used to go to, they gave a week off in February and a week off in April
So why?
yeah.
because they like the whole President's Day. They give the whole week off that week.
That is nice. It's like an extra winter spring break.
All right. So, have you guys got a feel for this part? You guys understand its moment? So, if you guys notice, this part is very incomplete, right?
Yeah.
You kind of have this part just floating in space right now, and we're going to learn how to connect that just by using the assembly, right? So, right, because we're not going to go into the parts studios just yet. So the first thing I want you guys to do, I want you guys to get to this named position and apply it.
Wait, how did you get to that name?
It's under name positions. It's automatically there.
Um,
So that's why I said don't worry about it, because we just applied the position back.
oh, great.
All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a part that connects this bottom part of the suspension to this part of the shock. All right. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to right click right here. And there's going to be a section, I'm hovering over it. It is called Edit in Context.
Oh, this works.
So if you notice, the only thing that's highlighted right now is just that bottom part, right? The bottom part of the suspension is the only part that's highlighted, but the rest of the assembly is there, right? The whole assembly is still there, but we're only editing this bottom part. And I'll show you why that's important. Because we want to have a place where this part of the shock connects to this bottom part of the suspension, right? So we're going to add a sketch. We're going to do it on this plane right here. And then I want you guys to use Project Convert. Remember this tool? This tool actually becomes super important. It's probably the most important tool when it comes to editing in context, right? Because it is going to bring this part of the shock into, it is now bringing it within the plane of the other part. So I want you to click this circle right here. And then I want you to click the like rectangular-ish area right here. So you should convert two things, that inner circle and that rectangular area.
Wait, isn't the rectangular area the sketch already?
Hmm?
Isn't the rectangular area the sketch?
Yes and no, because we're making a new sketch and we're bringing all of this part towards the sketch plane.
Well, I thought we used it to make the sketch, so isn't it already on there?
Yeah, but if we didn't have this, then we would just make a line in space. It's just there. Huh? It's like completely disappeared?
I mean,
Did you do the loading? Did you?
Did your guys do the same as well? Let me see. Yeah, yours looks fine.
It's just like
Make
it could
sure,
be
make
on
sure
your
it's
phone.
on the initial position, by the way.
Wait, how is it different?
Oh, other side. Remember when I told you guys to do the named position initial? There's already a built-in condition I want you guys to set it to before you edit in context. So make sure you do that.
what?
Well, remember when I went over named positions with the slide?
Yeah.
Okay, with this part, there's a built-in one already there. And you're going to apply that position.
Sorry, those are these ones.
Yeah, it's because you're in the get out of the parts area. Yeah, go to main assembly. There you go. Now apply initial. You just right click it and the tab should come up. Yep, apply name position. And now right click the bottom part and then edit context. There you go. All right. So get the project convert in. All right. So does everyone have that part done? Right. I just wanted you guys to get the rectangle and then that inner circle.
Wait, I'm confused. How did you? Why did the? I thought it was just an inner circle.
Here.
Mm.
Okay. Hang on.
I'm still.
I'm cooking here.
Are we supposed to follow you?
Hang on.
What?
Okay. I
What?
want you guys to copy that. Huh?
How big is that?
So that circle, so I made another circle around that. Make sure you trim this bottom part too. This circle, it should be, Lord have mercy.
Oh,
It's
the-
a distance of 10 from the inner circle.
10 functions. Okay.
Wait, as in its whole thing is 10.
So 10 from the inner circle. It's a 40, not 30.
Well, what do you mean 10 from the inner circle?
So
Wait, is it okay if my circle?
Oh,
Is
Yeah.
it okay if my circle is not touching that gradient?
not touching what?
The gradient, because my thing is elevated.
I don't think he knows.
Okay. Hang on.
Okay.
So yeah, that little sketch profile, I want you guys to make that. I'll go around it all.
Mine is like this, but this is 10 from this other circle.
I don't think that's right.
Yours is just lowered. So like,
I don't think that's right. Or well, oh, did you? No, even then. Did you also not apply the position?
oh, I just clicked on
Okay. Because remember before we edited in context, I said apply. Did you apply that?
it.
Okay. Do that real quick.
Wait, do I
I
mean?
don't even see the apply thing now.
Yeah, it's because you need to get out of there. So just go to assembly
So
But I'm confused.
at the top right area.
How do I
Right
make?
here. Let's go to
Oh.
assembly. Yeah.
How do I make the lines like you?
can I just do
So
apply
make them equal and then make them tangent to the circle.
I forgot what tangent is. But
So
equal,
The radius is like
how do I make it
particular.
equal?
remember the constraints I taught day one?
Yeah.
We're using those again. So the one that looks like an equal sign, you just click on two lines to make that equal. And then tangent, if you know what a tangent line is, it's when a line only touches a circle once. Or it touches a curve once.
That's not.
Huh?
It's like the radius perpendicular.
Yeah, a
Wait,
line only touches,
So it's this, right?
Yeah.
I just apply it. And I just edit in context.
and then edit in context, yeah. Yeah, and then now sketch on that plane. Okay. Mhm. You have to click the edge of the circle. Yeah, right there, and then click the rectangle as well.
Why is mine just a line in space? Like it's not touching it.
Hmm.
Oh. Like it's not touching.
Hmm?
It's not touching.
Oh, click and drag it there.
Wise.
Or you could do the coincident one, that one right there,
Like,
next to it.
Oh.
Other direction, that one, yeah. Click on the dot and then click on the line you want to connect to.
I can't make
Dot line.
Yep.
Yay.
Yeah,
I can't make a circle. Like, I already clicked on the plan.
go back to your sketch. Yeah, you're not in your sketch anymore. Yeah,
Wow.
go.
Oh.
Yeah, and then fix your. No, you have to do it with the convert. You do have to do it like that.
Wait,
Okay.
how do I use tangent? I found it.
You click the line and then you click the curve.
Look, what did they use for? What did it do?
So a tangent line is just a line that only touches a curve at one point.
So that and aren't these supposed to be equal?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's fine.
I know.
And then now just trim it. Okay.
Okay.
Are you good? Yeah. You good?
Is it okay if mine is not like
Right?
like flat, I guess?
As long as it's the initial position, it should be fine. Yeah, just trim out the bottom part of the circle and you should be good.
Are you trimming?
All right.
Because
How are you
I'm
guys
not
doing?
there yet.
Huh? So what I did was I added another circle, right? I just added another circle and the distance is 10 millimeters from each other. And then I made two tangent lines next to it.
How do you do it?
Huh?
How do you do it?
Well, that's how you do it. If you only need that one dimension as long as it's 10 apart, and then you just have the two tangent lines there. Here. I'll go through it step by step. So we're here, right? So the first thing you do, you make a circle, and then you have it a distance of 10, right? And then put one line here, straight down, another line here, straight down. Make sure it's tangent. So I have the tangent tool right here. So I clicked on the line, now the curve. Do the same thing over here. Now you might need to put more constraints, so I'm going to make this line equal that line's length. Yeah.
Does it matter which one you do first?
What do you mean?
Like if I make it equal first or if I make it tangent first?
It doesn't matter.
Can you do the tangent?
Huh?
The tangent.
The tangent part again? So it's literally just line. And then the circle,
Tangent's up
40
one.
millimeter diameter.
Which one?
the circle, the outer circle, it's a distance of 10 millimeters from the inner circle.
I'm just gonna guess that's
The inner circle, you have to use Project Convert. The Project Convert tool, that is this tool right here. And you have to select that part of the part right there for the inner circle. So
I have a question.
I'll demonstrate that again. So if you look right here, I have the Project Convert tool and that inner circle is highlighted and now it's used. Yeah.
Why can't we just use assemblies to connect them?
To connect the shock to this part because there's nowhere to connect it to, but we're making the part to connect those two parts.
Huh?
So yeah, so like we have the assembly figured out, right? But that shock is just floating in the air because there's nowhere for that shock to go, right? So what we're doing is we're editing within the context of that of the whole assembly to make a part for that shock.
Oh, so basically creating a part studio for that part of the assembly.
Yeah, just for the shock.
the shock is the blue thing.
Huh?
It's a shock, the blue thing.
The shocks, yeah, the big blue thing. Okay, and then the final part of the circle is I would like you guys to trim that bottom part. right? Just so that this whole thing's just one big solid piece. You see the scissors right here? Yeah, that allows you to trim certain parts. Yeah.
But are we creating a part for the front?
Yeah, we're just creating a part so that the shock has somewhere to go.
We're creating the part so that it can connect.
Yeah.
Is there any way to create like an imaginary part where to connect?
That's what we're doing. We're gonna do that a bit later. That's the next thing we're gonna do. We're like because we're kind of just doing a part within this. We're just updating a part. We're gonna make a whole new part next within editing and
Oh,
context.
this one we're adding a part, the next one we're making a new.
Because if you look right here, there's like, yeah, we're gonna need to make a whole new part there. So
Why can't you just add a part like this?
because OnShape wants you to learn a very specific way. It'll make sense. It'll make sense. It's actually for a good reason. We just haven't gotten there yet. So is everyone good with that sketch?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes. I agree.
Okay. I'm gonna click OK. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make an extrude. We're gonna extrude blind in that direction. We're going to add the extrude and it's going to be a depth of 15. So it should look like that. And then if you want to jump ahead a bit, we're also going to make a fillet on the side as well. That's 3 millimeters.
Wait, it's 15 millimeters.
Yeah.
Don't.
Is this supposed to pop out?
What do you mean?
It's hovering above it, the part.
Like, is it going like this? Or like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this little button right here, opposite direction, click that.
And it's letting me do it because it's
Wait,
making it.
what do I select?
For what?
Oh, never mind.
Oh, the extrude?
I
Okay. And then yeah, and then we have a fillet around this area too.
So what's the measurement?
3 millimeters.
Wait, why isn't it letting me add it?
What?
Add the part. It's red.
You put it on add, right?
Yeah.
And is it merging with the lower control arm?
Nope.
That's probably why.
How do I make it merge with
Just click merge scope and then click on the part you want it to merge with.
lower control arm? Yeah.
Okay.
No, but it's so obvious that it's already connected. So why does OnShape want me to do it?
Wait,
Well, it looks connected now, right? But when we go back to the assembly, it's not gonna be connected.
Wait, also, how did you make the curve?
yeah.
Oh, that's the fillet tool.
Oh,
Remember fillet?
What is your
Here.
is it all fillet or is there also some of
There's
chamfer?
here. Those are the specific areas to fill it. I'll just leave that one up.
I showed it everything. This is right. Oh, right.
Wait, 3 millimeters? Wait,
Yeah. I don't honestly the fillet probably is like the least important thing. I'm putting it up there so that you guys that are ahead can get there.
Wait,
What's up? Yours looks fine. Is it still blue?
this one. Okay.
Okay, you're good. If you want, you can also work on the fillet. So
Oh,
do
I
okay.
put something on.
I see the problem. So
That.
Get out of the trim. Now
Oh, not again.
you're
I
still
put
in.
that
Oh,
part
no,
in.
no, no. Click and drag the blue. Yeah, click and drag like one part of the blue shape you have.
Why is your screen so dark?
Because mine is at 9%.
Or at least
I can't see it.
the
I
dot.
can just
I
search.
think a dot would work better.
Perfect as you imagine.
Okay, so that's one thing. So you're gonna use
Do
the that tool right there.
Or do what?
You see it? And you're gonna click the dot and then you're
How
gonna
do you surround the mouse? I don't know. Holy crap. Why don't you have
You just have to control.
this is what you work with every day?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I don't need
that's
that.
good. And then you're gonna make a tangent. So click on
I
the
keep
tangent
clicking that
tool
other side.
and then click on the
Okay,
whole
what do you
line.
want me to click?
This area?
This thing?
Yeah.
This thing?
Are you good over there?
No, not the front. The front side. Don't push side.
Why are you back in the part studio?
And this thing? That thing?
Yeah, that whole thing is there, yeah.
This whole thing? Yeah. I'm done.
I mean, the shape looks fine, but for like what we're doing, you should be in the content.
Holy crap, I this is work.
I got it.
It's supposed to be really easy.
It's a
Yeah. Why?
Huh?
No.
No, it doesn't
why,
even matter.
no, why is it so spinny?
I don't know. I put mine to 3. I put mine to
No,
3
it's
millimeters.
15.
Oh,
It's great.
yeah.
The whole thing
Yeah, do that with the other
this is
line.
not the filler. This is
Still
the
keep
part
clicking and
that's
dragging. See what.
15. That's what the filler's not working. I got the part.
Like, if you click and drag on the dot,
Make that 15.
you can see.
That's what it's not.
Because it's so hard to like. Yeah, I want to just see how you guys. Supposed to look like that, right?
And
Yeah.
you can-
Wow, this is such a collaborative environment.
What
That's
the-
awesome.
Oh, you.
It's okay. Why is it so hard to select?
You can like turn it.
How do you turn this? What is this? Okay, I don't know what this works. I don't know how you can.
What the? Oh.
It just lights. You're making it so thin. I'm like, wait, I thought this is supposed to be easy.
Right? Huh?
Stop.
Yeah. I think that's part of it.
Cody, do you not have a mouse?
I have one I don't like using it.
Why?
No.
Work.
That's it.
My phone is so much easier to use.
I don't know.
Okay, that's what's like. Please don't talk like it.
I might just have to keep going, honestly. We're running. Okay. If you can, keep clicking and dragging, but if not, it's kind of just because your computer's slow.
Because I untangled it and things already untangled. I don't know how to untangle it.
Glenn, do you have
No. There's no really so. I don't know.
Okay. All right, chat. We're gonna move on. So, do we have this finished?
Yes.
Yeah. So, if you don't have to fill it done, that's okay. as long as you have the extrude done, you're fine. We don't need the fillet.
I feel that makes it look better.
Yeah. So now you can rename the context if you want. I'm just gonna go to assembly. Right? So now if I zoom out, the part is now in the assembly, right? So the new section we made is in the assembly, right?
Mhm.
So the point of editing in context, at least one point, is you could use the parts that are already in the assembly to make adjustments to new parts, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, in this case, right, we have our lower arm and our shock, but we have nowhere to connect it. Well, we just have a position and then edit in context, and now we have an area to connect it. So I'm going to want a cylindrical shape. We're going to click this outer ring here, and then this one.
Mhm.
We're going to click that one for our first mate, and then this back one right here for the other one.
I'm so confused.
It should look something like that.
It's just a back.
And then
Can you?
Oh, it did it.
click solve.
Like, um,
Yeah,
Context is not showing up.
here.
And John's turn it back.
I got it.
Holy crap.
Oh,
Is that how you do it every time?
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's
That's
just
not-
there. Okay, go back
I don't
to
think that's-
context.
You mean the back part?
Just
the big
go
part?
back to the part.
Yeah. And then you click the check.
It should either like edit in context.
Okay, good.
Are you sure about this?
That's what I did. And mine looks right.
I see. I see. It came out as a new part. It's not a merged part. So go back to the extrude.
Yeah, mine looks right. So
Wait,
Yeah, edit. And then just add. Yeah.
did you click the back small circle or the whole big?
The outer, the big one.
Because
Yeah.
I clicked the small circle.
Because if you click the small one, it's gonna merge and you don't want that.
Wait, so mine's disconnected.
Wait, so
Yeah.
I took,
Here.
I think.
If you wanted to click
no,
solve.
just click the outer one.
Yeah, you were clicking this.
Oh,
No, it's
Yeah.
clicking that one.
No, this one, right? No, this is-
That one. The outer
This one.
circle.
Wait, TV.
Why would you connect? It's not even connected to the whole thing.
Wait, let me double check.
Okay.
By small circle, do you mean the one inside there? This one,
That one.
this one?
No, that one.
Oh, sorry.
Boy,
No, I'm just go back to that. Oh shoot.
Are you guys good?
So after
Electrical mate.
that-
So let's see. Yeah, you don't have to add a new mate connector. So we're just using a cylindrical mate,
That did not help.
Yeah.
Hold on.
and then we have one on that new part we
the gray
made
one
on
or
that
the-
outer circle. And
Outer
spin it around.
outer one.
Yep.
This one?
No.
And then you should be good. Just click the check mark.
So.
Like when you first connect it, it's gonna look very weird. But if you click solve or you just click the check mark, it'll go back to normal. Yeah. Oh, it's trying to add another cylindrical. You just press the X. You're good.
How did you get into OnShape?
Huh?
How did you get into OnShape?
I took a class.
One of the Princess Friends.
Okay.
That would be funny.
Yeah, I thought it'd be funny.
To just do it all in 1 year.
Mhm.
No, was it hard?
Hmm?
Was it hard to do in 1 year?
No, not really.
Wait,
No,
That's-
it wasn't.
how
the
old were
cheap-
you when you did it?
It was last year.
Oh.
Yeah.
With the pure reason you did that was because you thought it was funny. That's the
That's-
only reason.
I mean, like, I also wanted to go into engineering, but like, I was like, I should just do the entire pathway in 1 year just for the lulz.
Oh.
Wow.
So like I stayed in the same
I'm actually
building.
Really curious.
I stayed in the same building the entire school year.
Oh.
It's very funny. Okay, so now right here,
Great part studio and content.
yes. So this one's a bit different. Now we're creating a whole new part studio, but it's still within the context of the rest of the assembly. So this is for if you want to make a completely new part, but you have the rest of your assembly built, right? So I'll show this to you guys. So we're going to click Create Part Studio in Context, and it's going to want some origin or some make connector. We're going to click on the origin, right? Just click right here, origin, and you're going to click the check mark.
Wait, how'd you get there?
Click on Create Part Studio in Context right here. I am hovering over it for your guys' convenience.
Thank you.
Wait, but my named positions is blocking it.
What the?
How do I get rid of
It
the?
should have popped
It is block.
Oh, and then you just click the check.
Oh, yeah, I just clicked it.
Yeah.
Great part studio and context and what?
So, yeah, click on the origin because it needs some origin or some make connector. You just click on the origin right here. So you see your side panel right here. There's one just called the origin, and you click that. Okay. Check mark.
So it's very, very clear.
So as you can see, the whole thing is now within context, right? But you're still able to make new sketches, make new parts, but now it's in context. So there's no more editing a part. It's now making a new part, right?
Yes.
So we're going to create a new sketch. This time, we're going to put it right here on this bracket. It should come out purple.
Wait, do I just click the bracket?
This one right here.
That one.
It should look like that. And then project convert tool,
Just click on it.
Mine is yellow.
You have to make a sketch.
click that.
Oopsies.
So convert that circle right here and make sure your sketch is on here.
Wait, where the sketch
Wait,
mark?
project convert.
The sketch is on this part right here. So I'll zoom out. It's right here. So that purple space I have is where the sketch plate is. And it should come out purple on your end too.
Wait, where do we make this dash plane?
You see where mine's purple? Yeah, that's where you make it.
Oh, and then I use context. Oh, content.
So once you make the sketch, you use project convert and you make this. So,
And then
all right. So now we're gonna make the new part. So I'll do this step by step. So we're gonna make a line right here. We're just gonna have it float off. We're gonna make another line down here. Have it flow off. Make sure it's perpendicular to that line. We're going to do a center point circle right here.
We don't have to make them equal. Like the two lines.
You don't have to because of, or well, you could make them equal. I'm not going to right now though. So, oh, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. So, and then you go to the tangent tool, click on the line, curve, do the same right here. Is that is still blue.
What does project convert to make it go on the same plane?
Yeah, project convert. It takes like the shape of another part, right? And it puts it in context of your new sketch.
But does it physically like move it? Right?
Yeah, no. It's just like if I have the circle right here, right? And my sketch is here. It just puts that shape right here.
I tried to use the coincident tool so that I can connect it, and it looks really weird.
Show? But you have to make a new circle.
Wait, dude,
Yeah.
does the purple mean anything?
The purple is just it's just showing you where the plane is.
But like the colors mean something.
I mean the purple is there to show you where like you put your sketch plane at in editing and context.
I need a new circle to connect it to.
Yeah.
What's the dimensions of purple?
No dimension. It's no dimension. So I'll go back a bit. So literally all I did is I just put the circle here and I just made these lines tangent. Huh? Yeah. They're tangent and then they should connect to the circle as well.
How big do I make the circle?
Make it any size. So long as these two lines are tangent and are connected, then it's the right size. Right. It kind of goes to show too how you don't necessarily have to have dimensions to make a complete shape. Because you could just use constraints and have this complete shape. Oh, and then one more thing. Also use Project Convert here. So convert these small circles and the rest of this block.
Wait, my thing looks really weird.
Show me. Are you trying to extrude it?
No, I just clicked on sketch.
No.
I'm gonna tangent it. Where?
No, but how do I? What?
Whatever.
Let me see.
I deleted sketch.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh man.
one of them are black, but one of them is still like I'm not doing it. Doesn't work.
It's working.
Well,
So-
one of it is still
Blue.
yeah.
Click and drag. Find out.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn off the tool.
So that line needs to be horizontal.
Not horizontal.
Oh.
Well,
no, you go back. Oh,
it's fine. I can just redo it.
okay. No, you just add a horizontal constraint to it, and then it'll automatically go horizontal.
And then everything else will turn black.
I think the only thing you'd have to do after that is connect it to the circle, and it should be fine. Are you guys good? All right. Remember to also convert those smaller circles and the rest of that square.
When I for project
Wait, what do you,
convert, which circle do I? The bottom one or the top one?
what do you mean by the rest of the square?
Doesn't matter. The purple. Yeah, you're good.
Why is this purple?
Wait, here, click on the front part so that it's flat. Yeah, you're good. So now you just need to make the rest of that shape. So just add another circle and then make your two lines, and you should just be able to use your constraints from there.
Wait, how do I use a horizontal?
You should just be able to find it.
The line.
Like right here. That's horizontal.
Oh, but do I make the line first?
Yeah, make the lines first.
Wait, when I do this, does it automatically do it?
Yeah, you're good. So all you need to do now is convert this part.
The whole part?
So yeah, click Project Convert. And then get the two circles as well.
Oh, okay.
Okay, is everyone good? Okay. zoom out. Oh, I see. So, what you want to do is use the coincident tool. You do the drop down menu.
How is it not out of
That
battery
probably,
yet?
yeah. Click on the dot and so
I'm not.
It's a fee.
3%.
there you go.
3%.
And at the bottom.
Did
one
work survive in 30 months.
Okay. And then make sure you use Project Convert on the two.
10 minutes for 1%.
Okay,
Did they even
we're gonna move on. So I'm gonna complete that sketch. The next thing we're gonna do is we're going to extrude. So we're gonna extrude all this, make sure it's new. And then instead of blind, we're gonna do up to face. And we're going to click on this part right here. So that end of the shock, that's the face we're going to extrude to.
Wait, I'm so confused. What do I extrude?
So I could. Yes.
Wait, how much I extrude it by?
You're not doing it blind, you're doing it up to face, and you're gonna do it up to the face of the shock.
How did I do up to face?
Wait, up to face up.
Yeah, up to face. It's on the drop down where it says blind.
Down. Oh,
Gosh.
up to face.
Wait, yours is purple.
Mine is saying it's not working.
Oh, mine is purple too.
It's just a generate problem.
Yeah, mine is. Oh,
My bad. Okay.
Oh, face of context 1.
Here, let's see. Click and drag for me. Oh, I see what you did. So you're trying to extrude that context right there. You want to extrude the part, the new sketch we made. Yeah. So just click on. What are you doing? Okay. Click on the sketch. Oh, well. Oh, your sketch isn't complete yet. Oh. What? Double click on sketch real quick. Oh, I see. That bottom one isn't connected to your circle. The bottom dot? Yeah.
On a mixed star.
how do I connect it? And it's
Go to the drop down. That first one. Click on the dot.
Challenge
Circle.
because I made this. Can you make it happen?
Good.
Okay.
This face is
What happened?
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
That I believe.
And
But
we
No,
should want to
it's
make star. No, you should teach me. No, when if you
Why
ever teach
can't
my house again, we should want to. You should. We should make stars together.
You should.
oh yes, sir.
Yeah. That's weird.
But what about
Huh?
like up to? I'm confused.
Up to face. So do it at an angle real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, get it at an angle. You're gonna do it up to the face of the shock right here, right? But
This I'm confused. Which thing?
the inside part.
So
So-
I zoom in
Click and drag. Get behind real quick.
behind it.
Yep. That face.
This one.
Yep. There you go.
Why does this look so weird?
Okay.
Oh, why is it purple?
It should be purple.
But
It's
why
because
is
you're messing with something within context.
it's okay if I don't. If I have no idea what that is.
Just yeah, it's okay. To treat this as like a natural, like it is because it is.
Because you told us purple is bad, and we ran into like 2 or 3 purples today, and you said it wasn't bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
when it comes to editing and context, purple is good actually. But every other time you see purple, it's bad. But in context, it's good. It's more of a pink than it is purple.
But the
Oh,
purple,
so it's different color?
Yeah, I'm noticed. It's more of a pink.
the purple color just looks so nice though, like so kind, you know?
What?
The color just looks so kind.
Yeah.
How
feel
does the color look?
I feel like it
fine?
shouldn't, it shouldn't
Okay.
be wrong.
Is everyone good?
Kurt.
Everyone good? Okay. I'm gonna click check mark, insert, go into assembly.
What? Insert.
Yeah, so it's going to tell you what parts to insert, and the new part you just made should automatically be there. So click the check mark,
Wait.
and now it's in there.
How do I insert into some? Oh, insert and go into something.
Yes.
Check mark. Yeah. Insert. Go here.
So now what I want you guys to do, I want you guys to fasten this part. So go over here.
How do you push it?
A very simple fasten mate. So on any one of these circles,
You might actually raise it.
go here, and then do the same. So
What?
now it's fastened. Okay, go to insert. And that part should be there.
What button?
It should just, for me, it's labeled under Part Studio 1, under current document.
Wait, but how do I connect it again?
Fasten. So, you know, this small little circles? You just fasten them to each other.
Huh? What?
Okay,
Could be.
I'll do it again. I'll do it again. So we'll move it out the way.
Oh wait.
We're gonna do a fasten mate.
Hold up, I have to move it out of the way.
Yeah,
So it's gonna be bye bye.
Wait.
Okay,
and then
it's out of the way.
circle this tiny circle right here. And then we're gonna go around that tiny circle right here.
Is it the bottom
Wait,
one?
wait.
And we're good.
It's supposed to be
Oh,
behind it.
fasten me.
Yeah.
Do I solve?
Huh?
Doesn't matter if I solve.
No.
It does nothing.
Well, no, it's because whenever you make connections, sometimes it'll like come out looking weird, right? And that's normal. But when you click solve, it'll fix itself to look like what it should.
Does it just guess what it should look like?
Mhm.
Well, how does OnShape know what it's supposed to look like?
Some ungodly math that I don't know about.
I don't want to find out. It doesn't sound fun.
So now the whole thing's kind of stiff too. So this next part is going to be very interesting. So
You guys missed
see
it.
this. It's gonna be we're gonna get to some fun stuff. So
Why are you so loud?
right here, so you guys see this? Right here, this revolute right here, it's called the shock angle.
Mhm.
I'm gonna want you guys to suppress that.
Suppress it?
Suppress it. So there's an option right here. For me, it says unsuppressed because I already have it suppressed. You guys want it suppressed.
What is suppressing? Like,
So what
It's not-
suppress does is it just makes that feature not applicable to the entire part.
What?
So it doesn't delete it, but it makes it non-existent. If that makes
Until you
sense.
turn it back on.
oh,
Huh? Yeah, non-interactable.
So you basically delete it, but you can still bring it back anytime.
But
It's just making it not interactive.
yeah,
So basically, it's deleting it, but you can bring it back anytime.
like it's still there, right? But it's no longer interactable.
What does that mean?
Like,
like you can't interact with it.
yeah, it's just not there. But it's not there, but you can
Right.
unsuppress it to make it there again.
But you don't like the mate just doesn't
It's
work
like
anymore.
making a ghost. You can
Yeah. It-
see it, but you can't do anything with it.
yeah,
Wow,
that
what a
perfect
great
description.
analogy.
So you can move it now.
You can't move it. You can't do anything with it. You can't touch it. You can't edit
No,
it.
but it's a
You just
mate.
can't
Because it's a mate,
interact.
not in the back anymore.
Are you looking? Oh, yeah.
So now I'm gonna want you to click and drag this.
Why is that? Oh yeah, it's
Yeah, it's gonna
Sorry.
off itself now.
Okay,
So just move it out the way. Move it out the way. I know it looks bad. And now you're gonna put a new revolute. You're going to make it on this end of the new part, and then onto the other end of the shock.
What?
Okay.
Right here.
That looks so nice and calm.
Okay.
You,
Wait,
it's
did
like you
the-
snapped it together.
Did the
So,
shock move?
And now the whole thing should move properly.
Oh, wait, how did you do it? Can you redo that?
I'll
Did
redo
the
it.
shock move to it, or like did the thing move to the shock?
The shock moved towards it because the shock is on a fixed. Or no, this part is
Oh my
currently on a
God.
fixed thing.
Why does it look like that?
So you see how it's moved? It just you just move it out the way. You just want it out the way right now, right?
Mhm.
And then you click on Revolute,
Yes.
and then you get this part right here.
Mhm.
Now turn around. I'll zoom out real quick. Okay. Now click this part. Now it's floating in air. This is why you use solve, right? You solve, and you look. That looks good. You click the check mark.
We may connect to part one to which part? To the back.
To the back, the other side of that.
Oh, let me click. Holy crap. Oh my goodness.
You got it.
Turn. Turn.
When I tell you guys we're not done yet,
Press us.
There we go.
And then you have to solve it. And then you
so if you guys are done, play around with it a bit. Get a feel. Yeah.
Oh my God, what is that? You see it?
Oh, there's a bug.
it's just a fly.
That is not a fly.
Can you look at right below?
You said he was a fly.
You go right here.
What's that?
Did you glue it on?
Okay, so
Tape.
you see
No,
the
but
top
why is it so
feature?
strong?
Or no. So you see how all
Why
your
is it
features
so-
right there? The top
Did you
one,
glued it on?
suppress it. So right click,
No.
suppress. There you go. Now you should be able to move that out there. And then revolute. That one. And then just connect the two parts.
Okay.
Oh, be careful. You accidentally clicked on another. You accidentally clicked on another. Yeah, you know where the two connect, right? Just shock part.
It's no faster than I don't know. Is it connected?
Didn't you disconnect it?
No.
It looks good.
It's not connected.
You said
What? What's wrong?
it looks normal.
It was so, but it's not connected. I don't know how to connect it.
It's not fastened.
Yeah, I know, but then every time I try to fasten it, it gets rotated. It's like 400 degrees.
So try it again. Move it out the way and fasten it. So move it up again. Okay. Fasten. So is that completely out the way? Can you? Yeah. Move it more up. Okay, good. So now, yeah, use the fasten bait. Click the top tiny circle. No, not that one. That one, yeah. Now spin around. Now click the top tiny circle of the new part. Not that one. That circle, yeah. There you go. It's good now. And then just make the new revolute on the part. Make sure you have that one suppressed.
Which one?
The
Shock.
shock angle, that needs to be suppressed. So right click, suppress. All right,
that's
move the shock out of the way. The shock, that's the shock. Just click and grab. There you go. Yep, that's fine. And now revolute the two parts together.
This part, it works.
So revolute, click on circle there. Yep. And then do the same with the shock.
We're doing yours the back.
Yeah. And that should be good.
On this, other part shows the new wall.
It that was there. No, just put the back in.
That's okay. That part, don't worry.
Well, that's what she did.
That part is there for the fun. It's having fun. Okay. I got like 14. I got 14 minutes left. I'm gonna hurry through the next section. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna try my best to get through this with you guys in mind as well, but I'm gonna go a bit faster. So right now we're going to suppress this cylindrical mate we created and the revolute mate. And then we're going to unsuppress the shock angle. Right? And now we're going to edit the shocked angle. And if you look right here, there's an offset, right? The offset is there because like if you have a mate connector, but you don't want it like connected to each other, you want it like in the air a bit, you could offset the mate connector a bit. So we're going to change this offset from -20 to, or -25 to -20.
Wait, what does offset do again?
The offset just moves where the mates are connected.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So oh shoot. I'm sorry. Hang on. It was supposed to be an initial position.
I'm touching it now.
Okay. Hang on.
Just remove it, I guess.
Hang on. Apply name position. Suppress. So yeah, before you do all this other suppressing, make sure you apply the new position. So unsuppress this. And now change. Lord have mercy. Oh, it's right here. 20. Good.
Unsuppress it. Yeah.
Change it.
Okay, now it's not doing what I want it to. Oh no.
Are you good?
All right. Right, so initial. This should be suppressed. Suppress. Unsuppress that one. Edit. -20. Okay. This is kind of sad. Mine is not working properly.
Oh, man.
So Oh no, did I? I goofed up. I accidentally saved a new position. Oh no. Okay. So
How bad is that?
it's not too bad. It's just my position, it's off now. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. What should happen when you have these suppressed and then you unsuppress that and then you make the new angle right here is that this should now become offset a bit. Is that what it looks like for you guys?
Huh?
Like it's up in the air a bit? Like this part right here, it should be like a bit, it should be hovering up more.
Nope.
No? Right here. So you're supposed to edit this. And it's negative 25, but you want it negative 20.
It's not hovering.
It's not hovering. It's sinking in instead. Okay.
Wait, what type of thinking in?
Uh, we might just have to say womp womp to this, honestly.
Womp womp.
Oh well, we tried.
Well, that's sad.
Wait, why is it negative 20 if it's like perfectly negative 25?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
So okay, right here. I'm gonna try this one more time.
You're like, please.
I'm gonna try it one more time. And if not, I'll give up.
It didn't do anything.
It didn't do anything. Okay.
Well,
So what I attempted to do, it was supposed to offset it a bit, right? And the whole point was that when you have the part offset, right? And it's no longer how do I explain this? Too. So if the part no longer looks to be connecting to each other properly, right? So like say this part started hovering like 20 meters up right here, right? You're able to update your context. So you could go over here and you could update your context to context one. Oh, and that worked right there. So I can move it right here. And if you click update context one, it'll automatically move there, which is really nice and convenient, right? So if you wanted to stay in this position, you don't need to make a completely new part. You just need to update the context.
Wait, can you do it vice versa? Like, oh, that part moved. Instead, I'll move that part to
Like if I move it down here,
no, like if
or you mean this one?
no, like if that part was offset, right? I took the gray part and then the blue part so that the blue part moves to the gray part instead.
it's allowed to do that.
Oh, you mean if the gray part moves on its own?
You know, like you know how
Uh,
you just made the gray part move to the blue part?
Yeah,
What if the blue part moved to the gray part instead? Since like then
that's a constraint thing. The reason why this gray part keeps moving is because remember when we use Project Convert? So that Project Convert it's pretty much saved its spot. So no matter where this moves, right? That circle right there is always going to be the same as that circle because we use Project Convert. So that's kind of the last thing I wanted to go over. And then this one would have been offset as well, but it wouldn't have worked the same. So we would have had to edit it a bit, but we couldn't get to that part. But all in all, before I end it, I just want to say editing in context when it comes to FTC, it is probably the most useful tool that you could use. It's very useful because if you like make a side plate, right? But it messes with your wheels, you can edit it in context to carve out the area where the wheel goes, right? Or if you have a custom piece and it happens to hit a part of your other mechanics, you could carve it out, right? Edit it in context. So I would say if you take anything away from today, I would take everything away. Actually, everything's kind of important, but this especially is super important. And then some resources. If you go right here, there's like a little guy with gears on his head. If you go here, right? These are all free OnShape courses. This is all like step-by-step process of how to make certain parts, how to use certain tools, right? If you guys want to get your skills up to another level. So I could probably go through one of these right now. Like I could go over here and it's like, oh, here's this, right? And it'll give you a step-by-step process of how to make this part. So this like OnShape classes, these are all free to use, right? You don't need anything special. It's all free. So if you want to practice, I would recommend using this. And then on top of that, if you want something to be a bit more challenging, I'd recommend doing the practice exam right here. This is supposed to help you with the certification exam, but honestly, you could just do it for practice, and it's really good to figure out what skill level you're at. So these are two tools that you could definitely use to benefit you, to make your skills in OnShape a lot more better. Because personally, these are the things I use to get my skills up more. All right. And that is all I have.
Thank you, Tony.
Wait. Stop share, leave. Okay.
So everyone, I also send a link. You guys do I need you guys to do a survey. And please just respond and then please help us do the cleanup. Thank you.